All praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakahakodash. Next, I want to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Lord's elect. So, unless there's one of their brothers over there on YouTube, go watch. Be edified, fair use, fair use.
Deuteronomy 28 is not about the transatlantic slave trade. And it's you guys again. That's amazing. Awesome.
Etai.
I'm Jessica.
Centesia. Gillespie.
Great. Nice to be with you ladies again. So my prompt is that Deuteronomy 28 is not about the transatlantic slave trade. The reason I picked this prompt is because I hear very often from people who are claiming to be true Israelites that the reason that they find their identity as a true Israelite is because they identify with the curses in Deuteronomy 28. The reason I see that as problematic is because as much as I value going into scripture, and very often we could even relate to some of the characters in the Bible and say, oh, I relate to what's happening here. We're never supposed to read ourselves into the text. When we say, this sounds like me, therefore it's about me, that's when you end up getting really wonky theology. That's not how we study scripture. You know, we're saying if I can relate to this, it must be about me. And even in the curses in Deuteronomy 28, they don't align with what we see in the transatlantic slave trade. There's a ton of incongruencies here between the curses in Deuteronomy 28 and what happened in the transatlantic slave trade.
Again, we see these pictures of slaves with these.
Stop right there. Deuteronomy 28, the whole chapter is not about the transatlantic slave trade, man. You see? But Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68, that's about the transatlantic slave trade. And she said you can't read yourself into the scriptures. Well, you err not knowing the scriptures because you heathen have nothing to do with this book. The natural Gentiles, the natural heathen, y'all have nothing to do with this book, man. Now, Israel is scattered among all nations. We're going to come looking like all nations. But you actual heathen, y'all have nothing to do with our book, man. Actually, Psalms 50 and verse 16, and then the so-called white man, or the so-called Edomite woman, you the damn devil the Bible speaks of. Psalms 50 and verse 16, but unto the wicked, the so-called white man, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? So keep the book of the law, man. Keep it away. Man, the book is for the prophets. You see, and we're only looking for the Lord's elect. Well, the Lord's doing it. We're just preaching the word in spirit and in truth. Deuteronomy 28. And we'll go back right here. And so she said you can't read yourselves into it, but that's how you identify who the true children of Israel is. Deuteronomy 28 verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, right? So they will be upon us for a sign, right? Let's get that word sign. Salakia. This word sign is a sign, a signal, a distinguishing mark, a banner, remembrance. You see, a omen, a token. You err not knowing the scriptures, man.
Literal yokes on their neck. So that's how we can match.
Sure.
Who's
So
in the
it does
scripture.
sound like you're doing exactly why I chose the prompt, where you're saying, well, we see similarities in Deuteronomy 28 and what our people went through, therefore this is about us. And that's reading us into the text, because
Again, verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. NLT, these horrors will serve as a sign and warning among you and your descendants forever, you see? We will call it again to mind. This is how you know you see, we show you and tell you how to identify the children of Israel. But y'all say, oh, you can't do that. You don't care. Look, the scriptures will not be broken. You devils are going into captivity for what y'all have done. The Lord is getting ready to punish you. All you heathen are getting ready to be punished for what y'all have done to the nation of Israel, man.
or reading yourself into the text, because what about all of the verses that don't line up with the transatlantic slave trade? For instance, it says that there will be no buyer. Unfortunately, it was horrific, but there were plenty of buyers in the transatlantic slave trade. Right?
You err not knowing the scriptures. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. And Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi shall bring thee into Egypt again, America especially known as Egypt, with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold. Ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And when you go to this word buy, man, it's khonah. You see? It means, you see this definition right here of God originating, creating, or redeeming his people. Nobody will redeem you out of this situation. Only the Lord can do it. That's why Isaiah 20, what is it? Isaiah 59 and verse 20. It says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. You see, the Redeemer. Let's get this. Isaiah 63 and verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Who's the redeemed of the Lord? The nation of Israel. For the time has come for me to avenge my people, to ransom them from their oppressors. You see, the Lord likens himself unto the Redeemer. Isaiah 62 and verse 11. Behold, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi hath proclaimed unto the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, you Israelites, behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. And they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And thou shalt be called, sought out, a city not forsaken. You see? Because the Lord forsook us for a small moment because we kept going off. Isaiah 54 and verse 7. And it reads, for a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. And a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, thy Redeemer. You err not knowing the scriptures, y'all. Yo, you heathen, man. You heathen, put our book down, man. But we're going to keep edifying, and you're not going to get the Lord's elect. You see? You devils do this, and y'all know what y'all doing. You do this to you using subtlety. And you women ain't supposed to be saying a damn thing. This is why the Lord says, shut up. Y'all don't know the scriptures, man. What is that? Baruch? And we'll get this one. Baruch 4 and verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. So yes, we were sold, yes. Again, ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye removed Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. Baruch 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. You see, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, Salakia, which departed from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, our God. Hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. You see? I don't like you devils, man. But it's all good, though. We gonna use it to edify through the power and spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. It must be. It must be, man. So look at, peep this. Isaiah 52. Awake, awake. Put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. From henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust, the confusion, and sit down, and O Jerusalem, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion. NLT, for this is what Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi says. When I sold you into exile, I received no payment. Now I can redeem you without having to pay for you. You see? In KJV, for thus saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and ye shall be redeemed without money. For thus saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi power, my people went down aforetime into Egypt to sojourn there, and the Assyrian oppressed them without cause. Now therefore what have I here, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, that my people was taken away for naught? They that rule over them make them to howl, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and my name continually every day is blasphemed. You see? Verse 6. But I will reveal my name to my people, NLT, and they will come to know its power. Then at last they will recognize that I am the one who speaks to them. You see, KJV, therefore my people shall know my name. Therefore they shall know in that day that I am he that doeth speak. Behold, it is I. This is what the gospel is about, man. The Lord is getting ready to redeem us from these ungodly, wicked Edomites and all these other heathen, man. See, y'all, no, come on, man. You err not knowing the scriptures, man. We sick of you devils. Y'all not going to stop the prophecies. Y'all will be punished. Thus saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You see, y'all will not go unpunished, man. Jeremiah 49 and verse 12. So these curses came upon us. For thus saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. You're going to drink this cup. All you heathen, man. Y'all going to drink this cup. You see? We don't care what you think. I think that, we think that. No. It's what the scriptures say. And you don't have to believe. You don't have to believe not one bit. The Lord's prophecies are still going to come to pass. You see, now let's get Jeremiah 17 and verse 4. So this is another sign. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. You see, but in the latter days, the Lord said he will return unto us. Matter of fact, let's get Deuteronomy 4 and verse 27. And it reads, and Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, where the Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. But if from thence thou shalt seek Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi thy God, thou shalt find him, if thou shalt seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul. When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, listen, even in the latter days, if thou turn to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi thy power, and shall be obedient unto his voice. And who is the voice of the Lord? The prophets, the Lord's prophets, man. Luke 1 and verse 68. This is what the gospel is about. Blessed be Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. No man shall buy you. He says no man shall buy. I hate you, Edomites, man. I hate y'all, man. I hate y'all with a perfect hatred, man. And hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we, the children of Israel, should be saved from our enemies. This Edomite on his damn screen, and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform unto us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant. You see, the oath which he sware unto our father Abraham, and then it went to Isaac, and then it went to Jacob. You see. Let's get that. What is that? What was our going? Micah 7. And let's get verse 18. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. And who is the Lord's heritage? The children of Israel. He will turn again. He will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquities, and thou wilt cast all their sins into the depth of the sea. Thou wilt perform the truth to Jacob, and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old. The Lord swore. He put it on his own name. He's not calling it back, and the Lord is not a man that he should lie, man. Remember, we would discontinue from our heritage, right? This is why you see so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans standing up, claiming their heritage, because it's prophecy. Baruch 2 and verse 30, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, their God. For I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, and I will bring them. You see? And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. You see? All right, Baruch 5 in verse 5. Arise, O Jerusalem, that's you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and stand on high, and look about toward the east, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. For they departed from thee on foot, and were led away of their enemies. But Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi bringeth them unto thee exalted with glory, as children of the kingdom. You see? What is that? Let's see. Let's lock in. Where's that at? Okay, Baruch 4 and verse 24. Like as now the neighbors, you heathen of Zion, have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath, these curses that has come upon you from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. You see? You see, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, so be in return seek him 10 times more. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable, you see? You all you heathen, especially the so-called white men, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons, the daughter of Babylon, man. And the Lord don't give a fuck about you heathen, man. Everybody went into slavery. So what? We know why we here, because we rebelled against Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and he punished us. Let's get that. Zechariah 2 and verse 8. Y'all not the apple of the Lord's eyes, man. The exiles are called home. Ho, ho. Come forth and flee from the land of the north. North America, you flee spiritually, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations, all you heathen, which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. Zechariah 1 and verse 15, NLT. But I am very angry with the other nations that are now enjoying peace and security. Telling you, come on, man. Telling us that's not y'all. Well, fuck you. You fucking bitch, fuck you. We sick of y'all bullshit, man. But I am very angry with the other nations that are now enjoying peace and security. I was only a little angry with my people, but the nations inflicted harm on them far beyond my intentions. So y'all gonna pay. Obadiah 15. The day of the Lord in the future. For the day of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done. It shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion, that's the elect of the nation of Israel, shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. You see? You see, y'all going into captivity. Let's get it. Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Now listen, because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. You see? That's what this lady's saying. Y'all ain't the people just because that don't line up. All right, cool. You can feel however you want to feel. The prophecies are still going to come to pass. You still won't be delivered from the Lord's judgments. You see, America's still going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. You're not going to stop the prophecies, man. And for you rebellious Israelites who refuse to get with the order, why are you women up there talking, speaking at all? Be quiet. Y'all don't know the scriptures. The flock of my Ezekiel 34 and verse 31. And ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your power, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Power. You see? Leave the teaching in the scriptures to the men, because you can let these serpents. That's what the devil do. That's what the serpent do. He try to sow that doubt in your mind. No, we are the children of Israel, and everything that the Lord said is going to happen to you devils, man. We're going to boast ourselves. You see? Let's get that. Verse 10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. You see, verse 14, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shall suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and thy Savior and thy Redeemer. You see? The mighty one of Jacob. See? No man shall buy you. No man shall redeem you out of this. But Yahawah, only the Lord can do it. Zephaniah, what is that, 3 and 20? At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes. Shalom. You devils not gonna win, man. It's y'all through. Y'all through. Shalom. Repent, you Israelites.